What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right, man. I just got done watching a video by 78 Sports TV. Shout out to 78 Sports TV. And he busted out Eddie Hearn on another, doing an Eddie Hearn, man. Saying one thing and turning around and saying something completely opposite when it fits him. And in this case, it's around this Deontay Wilder, this new improved, quote unquote, new improved offer that he made towards Deontay Wilder, and this desire that he has to this, quote unquote. And when I say quote unquote, I mean something I don't believe. I'm quoting him. It's not that I believe it. This desire to make this fight with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. And what he did is, and I got two quotes up on the screen, where Eddie Hearn, one was on September 2nd that he said it, and the other one was an interview given on October 28th, right? So less than 2 weeks apart, talking about this offer that was made in his attempt to get Deontay Wilder to sign for a fight with Anthony Joshua, right? Now, when he was interviewed by ESPN, or the article that was written by ESPN, Eddie Hearn says, "We are not willing to wait until December." And then he continues on and says, "We can't wait until December, but a deal must be done well in advance of that." Right? So that's what you see on the top. He says, in the little ... that's some words he said in between. But what we said specifically was relative to the other term, what he said to Fight Hype was, right? In September, he says, "We are not willing to wait until December. A deal must be done well in advance of that." Then he says to Fight Hype, "There's no such thing as a December 1st deadline. We are not trying to get a fight done before December 1st. Okay, which of these are true? Because they can't both be true. And these are two quotes by the same guy. One is out of the right side of his neck, and the other one's out of the left side of his neck. Again, to ESPN, Eddie Hearn said, "We are not willing to wait until December. A deal must be done well in advance of that." It sounds like he is not willing to wait to December 1st. The deal is gone on December 1st because the day before December is November 30th. 30 days has November, April, June, and November. The rest of them have 31. So November 30th is the last day that this offer that he put out there was going to be available. We are not willing to wait until December. A deal must be done well in advance of that. Again, he comes back and talking to Fight Hype, where Fight Hype, well, I'm not sure who actually answered the question. Fight Hype, he asked, what is about, this talk about this December 1st deadline and people how are responding to this December 1st deadline. He says, no such thing as a December 1st deadline. We are not trying to get a fight done before December 1st. All right. Now, for all you guys that want to talk about how, we just don't understand what Eddie Hearn's saying and just trying to be Deontay Wilder protectors and all that, you have to understand this is why I cannot. Other people can take him seriously. This is why I can't take Eddie Hearn seriously. I don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth because something inevitably different will come out of his mouth if it fits him. The reason why he said there's no such thing as a December 1st deadline is because he just wanted to brush off the question about it. He just wanted to brush off an accusation. And he brushed it off no matter whether or not it was true or not. He could have very well said, hey, it's a December 1st. Yeah, we got to figure it out by December 1st because if it's not going to be the case, we got to move on. He could have just said the same thing that he said to ESPN in the ESPN article on September 22nd. But he doesn't. It's a knee-jerk reaction for this guy to not tell the truth. So he was either not telling the truth before or he's not telling the truth now. And if he said, and you can't say, oh, well, he changed his mind. No, he said there's no such thing as a December 1st deadline. No such thing as a December 1st deadline, which means he never said that once December 1st came along, that there would not be an offer, that the offer was over. They are moving on, right? He's saying that he never said it, but here you are right with ESPN. We are not willing to wait until December. A deal must be done in advance of that. I'm not making up those words. You can go to an ESPN article and read it. It got quotation marks around it with Eddie Hearn's name on it. You can go to the Fight Hype video where whoever that is that asked the question to Eddie Hearn, when Eddie Hearn answered the question. Now, did the people challenge Eddie Hearn about it? No, he just flat out denied it. There's no such thing as that. This is the same guy that lied about never having heard from Shelly Finkel. Look, this is why people can't take this guy seriously. This is why I don't believe what he says. This is why I believe what Deontay Wilder says. Because I can't find an incident where Deontay Wilder said one thing and then said something completely different. Deontay Wilder said that, yes, he tried to make the fight. He wanted to make the fight. Then he said, look, I'm done with it. I've done the best I can to fight this guy, to fight Anthony Joshua. These guys are playing games. They're dishonest. They say one thing one day. They say something else the next day. How can you trust somebody like that? You guys it's just a bunch of nonsense. I'm paraphrasing them. But here's the proof again, right there for you. Right in writing, and I'm not making up these quotes. You can find them yourselves. They are out there for everybody to see. But somehow, when whoever that was that asked the question didn't say, "Hold on, Eddie, I heard you say it myself. I heard you say that myself. I read it. I was there. I read it, and I read it on ESPN." Why is everybody wondering about a December 1st deadline if you think just all the fans and boxing fans and the people that pay attention to boxing just made up December 21st, just made up December 1st? He never said it. Nobody ever said it. We don't know where you're getting this stuff from. You're just pulling stuff out of your backside, guys. I never said December 1st. He said December 1st. It's like a knee-jerk reaction with this dude. Anyway, so the reason I made this video was because I just wanted to reiterate. When you come to the channel and you talk about this offer that's made to Deontay Wilder, and you ask about, when you hear somebody say that, Frank Warren was the one that was going to put up the $50 million because Eddie Hearn said Frank Warren was the one, or whatever's coming out of Eddie Hearn's mouth, I give no credibility. I take anything that he says with a grain of salt, because he has shown time and time again that he will say whatever he needs to say in the moment. And he will deny something that he ever said, something that's on camera, that the dude's on camera saying, that you can do a 2-minute Google search to find. I have no clue how some of you guys support this guy. This guy is an embarrassment to the UK, man. He really, really is. He's embarrassing you guys over in the United States. This isn't even a subject. This isn't even a conversation about whether Anthony Joshua can beat Deontay Wilder. Right? I'm not saying, I think Deontay Wilder knocking AJ's scared to death. I'm not even talking about that. That's not the embarrassment. The embarrassment is that you're supporting a guy that lets you down all the time because he constantly is contradicting himself. So when you try to support something that's coming out of this guy's mouth, you wind up looking crazy over and over again. And at this point, man, come on, it's the boy that cried wolf. All right? You can't keep believing him. Or if you do believe him, you can believe him, but don't come to somebody else's channel or get in conversations with people and just act as if there's something wrong with them because they don't believe something that comes out of his mouth. Like something wrong with me because I say because this is my stance. Okay, who said it? Eddie Hearn said it. Okay, I don't believe it. Why don't you believe it, Fanon? I don't believe it because Eddie Hearn said it. And once I catch him in 5, 6 lies, hey man, I'm done. Really, I catch him in 2 lies, blatant lies, easily verifiable fact, easily shown to be a lie. I can't trust anything that he says. I don't trust that he says that somebody makes $20 million a fight. I don't trust what he says about how much pay-per-view somebody does. I don't trust what he has to say about whether or not AJ wants the fight. I don't trust whether he says that he's making a real offer. And what happens if he makes that real offer, all of a sudden that real offer, that serious offer just changes, just like this statement changes. You can't trust somebody that will tell you one thing one day and tell you something else the other day. They just have lost credibility and there's no coming back from that. I will believe that Anthony Joshua wants to fight Deontay Wilder when they sign a contract and they're both sitting there on a podium saying that we have agreed to fight. We're happy with the deal. Short of that, I don't care what Eddie Hearn does, man, because even if he did something that made sense on Monday, God dog it, there's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday still left in the week for this dude to let you down and say something completely different. So anyway, keep riding with this dude if you want, man. I'm telling you, this cat is an embarrassment to the UK. Because if these are the type of people that you're trying to bring over to the United States to sign fighters and do things, I can't believe that a reasonable, self-respecting boxers are going to sign with a guy that lies like a rug on a regular basis. Why would you sign with a guy like that, man? Over somebody that keeps his word, or even if they make you a promise that might not be as grandiose as the promise that Eddie Hearn made, at least you got a chance that they might actually make that promise might manifest. Here, you don't know what this guy is going to do today versus tomorrow. And he might go from what he said today to something else tomorrow and back what he said today. It just depends on the day with this dude. He's pathological with it. Anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace.